All right. Today, it's all about thinking in English. Not just speaking, but actually thinking.
Yeah, that shift, right, from translating to just thinking, like you said, can be a bit of a leap, but we'll break it down.
Totally. I think we've all been there trying to explain something and dot blank. You know the word in your own language, but in English, nothing.
It's so common. Makes sense, though. Our brains, they favor that first language, so learning to think in a new one, it's like building a new pathway.
Rewiring things, huh? So is it just like memorizing tons of words?
Vocab is huge, for sure. But it's more about actually using the words. There's this thing called pre-verbalization. So picture this. You need directions, right? Before you even say anything, you run the phrase in your head, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to..." Gets those connections firing.
Wow. So we're like pre-programming our brains.
Exactly. And just like any skill, baby steps, right? Don't stress about super complex sentences right away. Begin with describing stuff, simple things, like instead of nice weather, try "the sun is shining and the sky is a beautiful blue."
Oh, like the narrate your life trick. All right, Serial, you're the breakfast champion today.
That's it. And as you do this, you'll see where your vocab needs work. Flashcards, that app, spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition always seemed kind of complicated.
It can be, but think of it like this. You learn a word, right? Like exhilarating. Write it, use it, maybe even act it out. Look at it again later, tomorrow, a few days later. It helps it stick.
Not just memorizing, but making it part of how you think.
Exactly. And another thing, think in pictures. Don't just translate dog. Picture a happy pup wagging its tail. More senses, more memorable.
Cool. A mental movie for each word. But we've talked vocab. What about the actual thinking part? How do we make English the default?
Give it space in your mind. Internal monologue, that's key.
Talking to myself in English, isn't that a...
Unusual at first, totally.
Yeah.
But think about it. Your mind is like the safest stage. Have those talks in English. What you did today, imaginary arguments, even what's for dinner.
Non-stop English chatter in my head.
Exactly. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
So we're training our brains like a mental workout. But I got to admit, it's still scary, messing up, sounding strange.
Oh, that fear is real. But what if it's not messing up, but leveling up? Each mistake, each pause, it's feedback. Your brain's saying, work on this bit.
Okay, I like that. So not dreading mistakes, but seeing them as, like, practice.
Yes. Imagine learning piano. You wouldn't expect a perfect concerto on day one, right? Wrong notes happen. That's how you adjust, get better.
Makes sense. So we've talked inside our heads, but anything outside to help. I hear immersion. But what's that even mean if you don't live in an English-speaking place?
Immersion's huge, but you're right. It's not just location. It's English around you daily. What do you love? Hobbies, interests. Now add English to them.
So, like, I love music. Could I listen to more English songs, really listen to the words?
Exactly. Or movie buff, watch a favorite, but in English with subtitles on. New podcast, a topic you love, but in English.
Love it. Making English part of what I'm already into.
Small things, consistently they add up. Even your phone, computer, set to English, constant exposure.
Not huge changes, just weaving it in, right?
Yes. Now, about the speaking part, even without living there, you can get that practice.
That's where I get stuck. Thinking it's one thing, saying it out loud, way scarier.
Totally get it. Language exchange apps, those are amazing. Hello Talk, Tandem, they connect you with native speakers learning your language. Like a swap.
So I practice English with someone learning, say, listener's native language,
Yeah.
and they practice with me.
Yes. Casual chats, tips, even new friends all over the world. Builds confidence, no pressure.
Less scary for sure. Not about being perfect, just getting comfortable talking.
And each chat, short, long, whatever, it's progress.
Progress, not perfection, right?
Absolutely. Now we've got the how-to, but feeling good matters too. It's tough sometimes.
A little roller coaster. Some days, great progress. Others, it's like, why bother?
It really is. Not a straight line, more like a hike. Beautiful views, but yeah, some stumbles too.
Some days, it's all the stumbles, honestly. How do we stay motivated when it's like that?
Language journal, your secret weapon. Think of it as like your highlight reel. All those wins, big or small, write them down.
Love it. Proof we are making progress.
Exactly. Nailed grammar rule. In the journal, quick chat, no problem. Journal time. It shows you how far you've come.
Like, can't manage what you don't track, right?
Yeah.
Easy to forget the good stuff.
Totally. And be kind to yourself, okay? Celebrate those wins. Every step, even stumbles, they get you closer.
This has been amazing. So one big takeaway for our listeners, to help them think in English.
Enjoy it. Every single bit. It's grubbing, it's discovering, it's even playful. Don't be scared. Experiment. Make those mistakes and those aha moments. Those are the best.
So well said. Thank you for this deep dive. It's been awesome. And to everyone listening, every time you try, you're rewiring your brain. A whole new world opens up. Keep exploring, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourselves.
We're rooting for you every step of the way.
And that's a wrap on Thinking in English. Until next time, happy learning, everyone.